Thank you, announcer Mark Hamill. I'm Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net, and we're MakingStarWars.com. And we got the Disco Bitch with us down below. How's it going, Max?
Dynamite.
and we got Ghostcraft. World of
What's
Warcraft
happening
player.
now?
So, you sound like you really love World of Warcraft or macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, why can't you have both? I don't understand why I have to be forced to choose here.
How do you think I got this fat?
Boyardee's choice, right?
Yeah. Hey, how's the chat doing? Hello from Tijuana. Hello, almost. How are you? Me and Olmo should get together. We're not that far from each other. Just say hi to each other someday. The young boomer, how's it going, dude? And David is jumping the gun here on the topic. We're gonna get to it right now, and that's weird that they didn't just announce this as it is, though, because of Celebration. I mean, yeah, it's almost like they'd have to admit that their stuff is oftentimes poorly planned and lately executed. That's true.
No,
right? No.
No, they know everything. They got dates worked out, and everything.
Well in advance. Everything's part of a big plan. God, aka Lucasfilm, has a plan for us all. Right?
I found that so funny.
It's all part of
God's plan.
Okay, here I'm gonna pull up the video, make sure I share the audio, and I was on Star Wars Santa show today, and Ewan called me this morning and he's like, Jason, it's going to be a dark day. And I was like, really? He's like, yes. He's like, today we must coordinate our outfits. I said, okay, black shirts. He said, deal. And we both put on the same black shirts, and we came and did this video. I'm doing this video. He's doing that video. Mm-hmm. But it's like me and Ewan, we kind of got a thing, kind of like best friends. All right, here we go. What?
Y'all aren't gay lovers?
Well, I wouldn't say lovers. I just say more like
just
friends
gay.
with benefits.
Oh, okay.
Kenobis with benefits. All right, here we go. Here's what Ewan has to say.
Hello, Star Wars fans.
Wait, I can't hear shit. Can you guys hear shit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can? Okay, here we go. Okay. It's just my computer's down. Okay, here we go.
Hello, Star Wars fans. Thank you for all your incredible support and response to Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Remember, Luke, don't get mad.
Some important news. Our premiere date is moving just a couple of days from Wednesday to Friday, May the 20th.
Looks good.
But here's the exciting part. The first 2 episodes will premiere together. So make sure you tune in to both episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, streaming Friday, May the 27th, exclusively on Disney+.
So there you go. There you have it. There's the news.
Does that count as another trailer?
No, it doesn't.
What?
Not at all. I mean, and if we want to get real about it, I mean, Young Boomer says 2 episodes is okay. Means we get to Vader faster. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I thought I was using that as a verb.
Tomorrow, you might want to check MakingStarWars.net. I had a story lined up today, but I decided I would wait until tomorrow because there was so much other news. I didn't want it to get buried. But that's one of the things I want to talk about today is that concept of things getting buried. So don't let me lose that thread. And then the other thing is it means we're actually going to get 3 episodes in the course of 5 days. That's kind of badass if you think about it. Like half the series, half the series in about 5 days. Yeah, because the first 2 episodes will air on Friday, and then the 3rd episode will air on the following Wednesday night or Wednesday.
Oh.
So yeah,
just want to say, stop leaking my. That would be so great if it was like, stop with the leaks.
And like fucking bagpipes are playing. Bagpipes are.
I seen you, Burbank. I know where you drive.
What if every time Ewan McGregor spoke, he had a bagpipe behind him playing Duel of the Fates?
It's that Ehrmantraut. Who's that actor that plays Mike Ehrmantraut in Breaking Bad? Like he's playing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got that look on his face, that like I'll just fucking murder you look. I love that. Mike.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Since you leaked it all anyway, it's coming out later. But you get 2 episodes. Stop it, Jason! Stop it! Come on, wouldn't it be so great if they called you out?
Not really. I mean, let's not will that into existence.
By name.
All right.
Well, I already
5
had
million
the
views.
well, I guess that would be cool. I mean, yeah. Today they also. I mean, when you get down to it, this is because of Celebration. Like it's very, very, very obvious that it's because of Celebration. I think.
When is Celebration?
That week. So they're gonna get to show it at Celebration, and then. But also, I think by having the first 2 episodes of the show out, it means that they won't have to hide things like things about Leia and stuff like that. Like they'll be able to get into the nitty gritty, and because otherwise the conversations are going to be like basically, whoa, that sounded cool.
No, we can't start fighting.
It sounds to me like they really were going to have We're going to have the ability to talk about why they were there. They have a series that's about the kidnapping of Princess Leia, and they haven't even announced Princess Leia, and they haven't announced any of that kind of stuff. And then they're going to do a convention around it.
It's so weird that they just figured that out.
I have to. I mean, I do like to pick on them because they're oftentimes stupid assholes, but it is. I'm sure there were people saying this from the very start, and it was falling upon deaf ears for a really long time. That I bet you that's what it was. But yeah, it's like Lucasfilm is a weird company who makes really weird choices a lot of the time. I mean that's just a fact. So yeah, so they started announcing like the guests for Star Wars Celebration.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a lot of the, so like here we are right now where we're to that point. Man, how high is Anthony Daniels right there?
Very high. And look at Tang.
I mean, he's just like, yeah. And we got the Eckstein.
The first time I got Space Lizard, it was amazing.
Ian McDiarmid. God, they're so. Check this out. You got.
And the lizard just called out to me with weeping eyes.
Can we be grown-ups and understand that I oftentimes report what I believe to be facts, which is different than reporting rumors.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big difference between a fact and a rumor.
Right.
And usually sometimes I will put something as a rumor, even though I believe it to be a fact. This I am saying I believe to be a rumor at this point because I've only heard this from like one person, and they were working on the Star Wars TV shows, but not on all of them. Okay. They claim Ian McDiarmid was around.
He looks very angry in this one.
Oh yeah, a little bit. But they claim he was around, and it was after Kenobi filmed. And I'm like, I tried to get it out there. I tried to like look around. I asked, hit up friends on the crew. Hey, fucker, why didn't you tell me Palpatine was there? They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. So for the record, I do not in any way believe that Palpatine can be in Kenobi. I don't. I don't think it goes that way. In fact, I have story reasons to believe that that just doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But so I started going like, man, would they put Palpatine in Mando 3? Would they do that? And I was like, maybe they would. Maybe they resurrect Palpatine and he slowly falls apart. And by the time we get to the Rise of Skywalker, he's completely like to the point where his body degrades. I mean, that is what his fingers are literally falling off.
Like the guy from RoboCop, remember? Like he drove
in the acid.
The RoboCop guy.
Yeah, I love that. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, that was my favorite part.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
And they drive the N5 starfighter right through him. Like he splats all over the windshield and shit. So.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty good. But anyways, so for the record, the person that I heard this from has known about shit that I never leaked about. I never squirted about, and stuff like that. So it is what it is. I have not been able. So I'm wondering if it's just somebody's confused or they think something is something that it isn't. But I'm keeping my eyes out for it, trying to see if he's involved. I do not believe he's in Kenobi whatsoever, though. For the record, I'm pretty adamant about that. I would love to be wrong, but also would mean I'm wrong about a bunch of other stuff, and that doesn't sound fun. So yeah, and then so we got Chewbacca, we got our Dr. Pershing, so that's kind of cool, and then Doug Chang and the Sand Suite. So wait, what are their featured guests? Oh, we got that fucking monster, and Dan Zier. I love Dan Zier. I'll be honest with you guys. Fucking, I didn't even see that before. Fucking Amy Radcliffe. This guy grabbed a girl's fucking vagina like a monster, literally assaults her. At least according to the tweet that she puts out, and she includes me in that, as if I am somebody who would do something like that. As if I have ever done something like that. I'm all about believing women, but I'm also about, believing in apologies. And that little monster owes me one, because you don't just call somebody a sex offender, a predator, or anything like that, so that way you can get likes on Twitter and feel good about your fucking career. You're the editor of Nerdist.
You're not allowed to do that, Jason.
Fucking grow up.
That was my plan.
Yeah, fucking what an asshole. But God, Dan Zier's a nice guy. I just love that guy. He's so nice. Anyways, yeah. So that's that's the celebration is. Oh, I guess my blood boiling. That somebody. I mean, it's just like who the fuck does she think she is? Fucking internet HR, fucking asshole.
That's a very strong accusation.
Mm-hmm. She told everybody to unfollow me.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, which I don't give a fuck. Unfollow me, but at least know what the fuck you're talking about. She doesn't have any idea. So for the record, good thing she could probably read a script and she might know what she's talking about at Star Wars Celebration, because she's a fucking puppet. Anyways, here we go. Anything on the chat before we go on to the other part? Let's see. Oh, Moon Knight. Anybody watch Moon Knight last night?
No. Hold
it's the kitty sources. They're like, no, Jason, don't do the scoop tomorrow. Don't do the scoop tomorrow.
God, why are they fighting?
Anyways, they should have pushed Moon Knight instead. Yeah, I watched Moonlighting. I watched Moon Knight last night, and I guess I kind of enjoyed it, but I don't know if I followed it correctly. I don't know if I really knew what was going on. Yeah. It was like it was kind of hard to see Poe Dameron, who's like the coolest guy ever, supposed to be like a fucking nerd. Like the guy could like literally be shitting his pants getting dates, and he could literally not show up to that date, and that lady would have still shown up on Sunday. I'm just gonna say it. She would have been there on Sunday for Oscar Isaac. So
oh no, yeah. Man, I'm not saying I was a
you married one
in my younger
you Oscar
age,
Isaac motherfucker. She married you.
Kid. Yeah, I was a decent looking kid, and I remember like I'd get a real like number, kind of like a 10 date. Mm-hmm. Man, with my art life, like I'd always miss, like be a little bit late, or it'd always go kind of like, oh yeah, that I totally relate it, and I would be on the no, we're never fucking talking to you list. Like, I'm telling everyone I know to fucking never talk to you list. Like, yeah. So that actually really related to that. I love these shows, man. They're just doing good, solid pulp adventure TV, and every show is totally different. And they always come up with some kind of cool fight sequence I never would have saw coming. And they're doing exactly what I wanted with television, which is more character, some budget, but they're not like trying to throw a giant budget at something, They're letting it be a little smaller, which we can all feel. There was a point with those Marvel movies where it was like, even Winter Soldier at the end had that giant weird CGI airship fight, where you're like, this is a whole different movie. This, So I enjoy it, man. Like some people, I don't know what. I just want this level of quality out of every Star Wars show, and you'll never hear a fucking gripe out of me. You know. So that's it.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Star Wars has had the ability to just have difference by the very nature of the projects themselves. Like a Kenobi show is in theory different than a Boba show, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I think Marvel takes it a little bit further, and it's a little bit more daring in terms of the genre mashup. You know what I mean? Where you're taking one genre with the superhero one, putting them together and see what you get. And
Dude,
so
the
that's
sandals bit, excellent sound design. It's a small bit, but I'm like, don't put your feet in the sand. Don't put your feet in the sandals. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh no, man! Why you do that?
Does that drive you crazy?
Oh, you haven't seen it though, right, Max?
Mm-mm.
You
can
first
tell me.
3 minutes, you'll
You can tell me.
Yeah, he puts his feet in some sandals with some glass.
Ooh.
Yeah, see that?
Oh.
See, Max? I try to tell you. And the sound design is on point. Yeah.
They should have played Walking on Broken Glass. It was a missed
They also
opportunity.
did a really good job, I thought, on that episode that Star Wars could learn. Star Wars, they've been doing a good job, I thought, with some depth of field, especially in episode 6 of Boba Fett, the Mando episode, of using good depth of field to hide some wonkier CGI. And I think like that's perfect too. Like that means you don't have to worry about super textured HD CGI if you just get it a little out of the depth of field, in the backgrounds and stuff. And I think like pulling focus is not something that the Marvel movies are known for. And pulling focus is where you key in on something in the foreground, outside of it falls out of focus. And that's usually done in a lens. And because of the way the visual effects were done, they tend to keep everything in focus in those, especially up until around Civil War, just because it was easier. If everything's in focus, then we can change it digitally, blah, 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 blah. But now, like, whereas opposed to, say, look at the Batman, where it's giant focus pulls in camera, right?
Yeah.
Things are way out of focus, and some things are really in focus. And I thought this did a good job of that at a TV level. I mean, like if this is, again, like I said, I just want Star Wars to do this level of genre, and I won't bitch,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping that as we get into the High Republic era content, that those become more of the opportunities to to delve into that, like Lucas did it a little bit. He kind of added some film noir kind of aspects to Obi-Wan Kenobi's B stories and Attack of the Clones and stuff like that. And by all accounts, we kind of get some of that in this Kenobi series as well, but I don't think it's going to be like very pronounced. And so I think when you get into those other shows where it's not associated with anything that we know so well, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, like I would love it, but if they did a noir story with Kenobi entirely, we would like it, but most fans would be like, what is this? So Star Wars almost has to step away from the main hero to do that stuff in certain ways, I think. But
if they had done a story where like Boba Fett, if they did like a 3-episode bit where Boba Fett infiltrates Jabba's palace, is taking everyone out, is trapped in there, and then battles his way out, and really just focused on layering the detail in Jabba's palace, you'd have heard no complaints from me.
I'm completely with you.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, and just to even roll back what I said a little baby bit, Boba was the place to do the noir story right there. If he had went and started working for Bib and realized new boss, same as the old boss, this is bullshit. He's in love with the dame. It doesn't go well. She gets thrown into the Rancor pit. Then he's like, I'm going commando. That's when I say commando, I don't mean bottomless. I mean, he's gonna go like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You've kidnapped Sam from Who's the Boss, and I'm gonna get her back.
I remember when I promised to Sarlacc you last. I lied.
What do you call it? The Arlnauts dudes do a series called Kill Count, and they do one on Arnold, and but with commentary, and with commentary is better. And I particularly appreciated it. It was pretty good.
So is the best. I think out of all the stuff on the internet, they're probably the top tier.
Yeah.
You know, like they can sing, they can write, they can do the effects. There's almost nothing they can't do. You know,
what can't they do?
They can't get the scoops. That's the thing they don't have.
I don't think they're trying. I think if they were trying, they could. I think, but I'm going to call them they're the Sergeant Peppers of Star Wars Internet. All right. So Vigilance says maybe some suit feared first episode was too bleak and dreaded a week of Last Jedi's Luke level backlash. Fine for me anyway. We will make for a cool watch party at Celebration. Yeah, that's I do think, and that is maybe the silver lining here, because it does sort of get beyond allowing for that discourse to catch on, but still the first 2 episodes, you could still probably make that kind of angle. But once you start to get more towards the middle of it, which we will have 3 and 5 days, it is a little bit harder. There is a little bit more about actually, kind of stuff when people say those kinds of things. And but let's just be honest. The grifter types will just find some reason to be mad. You know what I mean? That's the thing about YouTube. I've been making my featured images parody of YouTube, at least to me, and my parody things tend to get more clicks, not because they're funny.
Yeah, that clickbait one got like 2,000 views almost, right? Like it's crazy.
Which for this little tiny baby show, too bad.
Which clickbait?
For us,
yeah.
What's crazy is you came right out with that joke within the first minute.
Yeah.
They suckered. You suckered them.
Yeah, no. If you ever see red laser eyes on people in our featured images, it's completely parody. But I never wanted to play into that stuff because I've always been afraid that in turn it would bring the wrong people into the community that we have here. And so I never really wanted to like do that. I don't mean people who just disagree. I mean people who think that Kathleen Kennedy shoots laser beams at her asshole. Like that's just ridiculous. Those people are just silly people. I wish she did. Star Wars would be a lot more interesting, to be honest with you.
There's a Hasbro Pulse toy I'd be down for.
Pretty sure I'd be dead, by the way.
But they got to sculpt her figure like a good Chris Felici, Ren and Stimpy style figure. You know what I mean? Where she's like, and she squirts her butt around.
On that like celebration, Kennedy just turns around, spreads her cheeks, and shoots a laser beam out and hits me.
Frank Marshall goes, "Go!" Right? He runs around and shit.
That's so immature.
I just want Frank Marshall to run over to me and like cradle me while I'm dying and go, maybe in another life we could have been friends, and then I die.
We need a celebrity death match with Frank Marshall, Kathleen Kennedy, you, and let's see, who would be good to you think Max, myself? I don't know. Who would be good in the ring?
I don't think I qualify for the celebrity death match, but
Chris.
But
it's got to be Chris, because Chris has the soccer ball or the tennis racket, right? The tennis racket. He could you and Chris versus Kathleen.
I invited him today, but he had to work.
I was going to ask you that right now.
So I'm not going to invite him next time because he's
afraid he already lost a bet.
He should have quit his job. You know what I mean?
Because he knows he's going to be eating Taco Bills here pretty soon. Dude. I think this counts as a trailer. So yeah,
Same
he said
footage.
We're getting nothing but TV spots. I don't know. It's got Ewan in there. That's different. Like
I don't know if we just have like. Well, at first I thought we had like a deceptively low amount of footage, so maybe you know what I mean. Maybe it's like they just have that's all they have to work with. But they're like, here's the bad news. They're like, look at little Luke Skywalker on top of doing a pod racer on top of Luke's house, and everybody's like, oh, Luke, I'm not mad at you. But then they showed the ball sack of the Inquisitor a second later, so they either just don't know what they're doing or it's a coincidence.
I figured his scapegoat out of it would be that the title says announcement. And so that's not a trailer. And then I would say, because I play it through my head, right? I go, okay, but then you said that the titles don't matter, Chris. And then he would go, yeah, mate, but you said the titles do matter. And then now we're stuck in this weird loop of, which one actually counts with the who said the titles matter thing, and neither one of it. And then you go, it does, it's not a trailer. You have to come in with the ruling verdict, and I'm still fearing Jack in a Box.
Well, if you win, I've written this line for you. You look at Chris in the eye and you go, "How the Vegemite have fallen." Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
love Vegemite, mate. I love it.
Do you really?
No,
Nobody does.
Oh,
Nobody.
Australians don't even like it. They just don't have a choice.
why do they make it anyway?
I heard it came out of like a wartime
Which I
kind
can
of
understand why.
like, here's what we can make with the shit we have. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true though. The young boomer says 2 episodes is okay, means we get to Vader faster. But is it more intense? Ask yourself that.
Sounds
But
like
yeah, that's
Vader's a very bright. I'm gonna Vader you.
yeah. Tomorrow, I got a cool little thing for tomorrow. So everyone's gonna want to show up tomorrow. Talk about that.
Alright.
Rick Jones says mismanagement ahoy. Yeah, it is. I mean, it is very strange. I have a feeling that, to be honest with you, like in terms of just like stupid shit, I would rather they just have put it out on the 25th for the symbolic May 25th release date kind of thing instead of the celebration thing. Because I mean, I personally don't even really think it's super responsible to even be having a celebration during a pandemic. Like I said, like somebody is going to die when you put 100,000 people. I don't know how many people will be there, but if you put 50,000 people,
I think
in a place, somebody's going to die.
But I think they have requirements though.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Somebody will die. Somebody will get sick and die for Star Wars
So
celebration.
someone could probably make up a fake vaccination card and die.
People sneak in. People make fake ones. Yeah, they're. I mean, you're supposed to have to use your vaccination card to like go to bars here and shit. I've only had to use it one time in my entire life. You know,
I could send you a big article though, written by some scientists on why it's still better to have. It's not. No, yeah, the vaccine, but the vaccination card thing, like most people play by the rules. The ones that it's a whole thing about statistics and and numbers and shit. So
we
oversimplify that. Yeah, people cheat their way out of it, but the same as people drive without licenses. But you know what I mean? The overwhelming amount. Blah 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 blah. So.
Whoa.
Oh no, Max, don't do that. Don't do that. California cops are fucking crazy enough as it is. Don't give them an excuse.
God. I had like a DMV mix up and I had to drive semi-legally. I didn't know if I was driving illegally for like a month with like expired tags.
Mm-hmm.
But they just like I had paid this fine and then it wasn't like applying. And so they were like, they took my tag money, said we're going to ship your tags out. Everything looked good. Then I got a thing saying, "Oh, your registration is suspended." And I'm like, my tags haven't come. This says I'm suspended, but I don't have any. At the DMV, they're just like, this is interesting. But I'm like, but I know if I get pulled over, it's just going to be a headache, though. I'm not really scared, but God, that's hell. I hate that feeling. I got my tags. Everything's fine now.
Why didn't you like flash the cop your legs?
I'm like, hey, I want to see my big old man titties.
Jason.
Yeah.
You're so silly.
That's how you do it. That's how you get a cop on your side. I'm just saying. Actually, that's your white privilege. You're able to show your white man titties. And sorry.
Got me there.
James Washington says, that's cool with me. 2 episodes together as well. Can watch it as a movie. Yeah.
Hey, Friday is cool too.
I mean, ultimately, it is going to be like a fun 5 days for us, I think. You know what I mean? We're going to have just Star Wars. You know what I mean? We'll be able to like really get into the episodes and then not have to like sit there and go, well, what now? You know what I mean? After we like get burnt out on it or whatever. And I will say, like on Santa's show today, my buddy Star Wars Santa, we were talking about Fridays. He's happy that Friday that we're getting like a Friday premiere for it. And I'm with him there. I think like the big advantage to the Wednesday drop is that you're able to get people talking about it for the weekend.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But I was wondering, like, I was wondering this during the show. I was like, I wonder if it would have been better if they did these on Sunday nights.
Oh no.
No.
No, it would actually would be.
Is there just too much competition from general streaming shows like HBO drops their stuff? Is that why you say no? The reason why I say it is because you get it out Sunday night, people could watch it if they wanted to, but then they have a week of coverage through.
I was gonna say, just in terms of a day off, like the next day, like because we stay up late watching it.
Yeah.
But then I remembered I take off on Monday, so
yeah,
Sunday would be fine.
No, I want to be up at 2 a.m. on a Sunday watching stuff.
No, I'm talking like Sunday at 8 p.m. something like that. You know, that's what I'm talking.
Everyone's
like,
asleep, bro. Like
HBO
I think you
at
underestimate
8 p.m.
Game of Thrones didn't have any problems.
At
Game
8
of Thrones
p.m.
had no problems.
Yeah, but it had titties, dude. Like I'm sorry to say, but excessive violence and sex will get a lot of. It's the only thing that's going to break the religious. Yeah, otherwise it's just religious people going to sleep on a Sunday. I'm just telling you, man.
Yeah.
And by the way, it took them like a good season. The first season was not a giant Sunday. It took that ending of the last episode of the first season to get that show kind of going. So
I accidentally watched the first episode, not even knowing what it was, and I was like, "This is a zombie show, cool." Zombies
Did you like
weren't
it?
burnt out yet? Yeah, I liked it. But anyways,
we're all up on a Friday now doing it.
It is a tease. Either way, we're up, so I don't really care when it comes out. Honestly, for me, it's all the same. Darth Maximus. I love me a Darth Maximus. Make sure if you love the show that you become a channel member if you can. It turns out whenever I lactate blue and green milk out of my man tits, it gets the show demonetized. So being a channel member is probably the best way to support the show. Otherwise,
I was actually going to see if we can go through a show without cussing.
Oh fuck no! That sounds dumb.
Why? They get you. Here's the trick though. Some folks go, "Hey man, I got kids." I'm like, all right, whatever.
Me too.
YouTube plays this little weird game where if you don't curse, they say you're for kids, and then they won't let you share the show. And if you do curse, and they say it's just a way to keep. They're just trying to keep you from getting their advertising dollars. This goes back to the adpocalypse they did a few years back. I used to make like $1,000 a year on YouTube. Just on my little art channel, and then after the adpocalypse, I haven't made $100 off YouTube in 4 years. So
what happens? What happens
to my name
to this show is like we will put up an episode, right? And it will say, like demonetized or not suitable for ad sponsors or whatever. And then 4 or 5 days will go by. The show's dead because we're primarily a news show. And then it dies. It's not evergreen content, and then all of a sudden it's green. Now it's suitable. So if they were giving me them, but I think during all of that time that the show is, when I say hot, I use that loosely. But when the show is actually getting views, when it's hot, that's when they aren't paying anything. So
when it gets hot,
when people are watching it. Once people stop watching it, that's when all of a sudden it seems to turn green and be suitable for everyone. Maybe one day there'll be a big class action lawsuit and I will get 75 cents. Who knows?
$500.
Yeah. You'll get that check for like an Amazon gift card for $25.
So David says the rest will still air on Wednesday. That is when you read the text on the StarWars.com article for it. It definitely says it picks up on Wednesday after that. So I am I have the impression that we basically get the third episode the following Wednesday. So
Mando used to be on Fridays, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was like Thursday night. We'd stay up late, and then it would air on Friday. That sounds right. David says good. Anyways, here we have another interesting little thing. Okay. Fuck, I haven't got to read Bespin's version of this. I'm going to tell everybody, I'm going to show this version, but everybody goes look at Bespin Bulletin to see it. Cause he's my friend and he did I'm sure he did a good
one right
article.
now. Hold on.
Yeah. I don't have it open. Oh wait, this is the wrong story. Sorry. We'll definitely go to that in a second. Then we'll talk about this first. Sources: NetEase to acquire 100% of Quantic Dream. They are the ones who are making Star Wars Eclipse, which is not gum. It's a video game. Quantic Dream has been looking to be fully acquired since its 3-game Sony deal expired. NetEase, the Chinese internet technology company, will reportedly acquire 100% of Quantic Dream with an announcement likely to come this summer, sources suggest. The company purchased a minority stake of Quantic Dream in 2019 to support Quantic Dream's vision of becoming a global, multi-franchise entertainment company and to develop advanced technologies and games for the future. It was reported in
YouTube tried to take us down,
Yeah. And then it is unclear as to why the acquisition talks began. Well, isn't it clear why? I mean, because David Cage is an idiot like me and everyone else, but probably a bigger idiot. I don't remember everything about it now, but yeah, it sounds like it's a fucking asshole. Quantic Dream has had its fair share of controversy these past several years following allegations of workplace issues, including sexual harassment. Crunch, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
What's
yeah,
Crunch?
they were drawing they were putting the women's pictures on model body bikini pictures, and then dressing up, putting them on Nazis and stuff. But then I remember the flip side of it was the person who was suing them was also doing that stuff or something at one point. It's a fucking clusterfuck, but it just shows that the company's a fucking weird and not
French Max is no fun. It's overtime without being paid overtime, basically.
Yeah.
And it could go on for months, if not years, if a game development studio requires it. So Toys for Bob never did that, but there's some people I work for that just were 15-hour days are normal, and we don't recommend you work on the weekends, but everyone has a bunch of shit to turn in Monday morning, so everyone's working weekends too.
NetEase did not provide a comment for this report, but did acknowledge the opportunity given. So they were like, "Look, we're not going to say we're together, but that's my bitch. Don't touch her." That's kind of.
This actually is probably how they solve their work shortage problem if they just fulfill it with Chinese developers.
Oh right.
Honestly, yeah.
Is that very feasible? I'm asking.
I don't know. They have a lot of mobile development, and I know China kind of cracked down on a lot of their games, so they might have to move their export, their internal development within China outside China, right? So if Quantic is then acting as more of a intermediary, how do I say this? That studio that's running the Knights of the Old Republic remake, but they're overseeing it and facilitating the work out to different studios and freelance, contractors.
Right.
Quantic could be Quantic in that it's David Cage in an office of 4 folks, and then they're working with their Shanghai or Hong Kong studios, or wherever they're doing development, South Korea or whatever.
Well, see, ultimately, my conclusion of the whole thing is David Cage is the big problem, and so if he leaves, then the problem's solved. But the only reason why Quantic Dream is because of David Cage. Therefore, it's kind of a no-win kind of situation. So at the end of the day, they're just going to end up probably taking his early work and then moving on from there. That's provided he leaves. Is it expected that he would leave after selling?
I would think so.
I mean, otherwise, because they had cash flow problems. Depends on who's
best buds,
right?
Jason. It depends on who's best buds here. And they could be this is an North American Twitter problem, and financially, we're globally, it doesn't really. They could be doing these weird numbers where they think it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Because ultimately, what everyone loved from that trailer that was only made to sell the company, they didn't make it. They, as my buddy Star Wars Meg said, Fiverred that shit. So they used an outside company to, I don't remember what they're called, but they should definitely hire them at Lucasfilm to make more of their stuff because they did a good job with that, getting people pumped for that. And that said, so there's not really anything to if they shut that down today, there's nothing to really miss. I mean, you essentially saw a really expensive fan film trailer in that no, there was no gameplay. There was nothing from the game.
It was pretty.
You don't get to be a drummer. It's not a music game. So, and then when you go, if you aren't a gamer and you go watch the Quantic Dream games as movies on YouTube, they're bad. I think they're bad. I don't think they're good. I think you just like watch it like as a story, I mean, you might as well take a Star Wars novel that you feel so about and turn it into a fucking movie at that point. I mean, that's about where I would expect it to land. So I don't even care. I like, just get rid of it.
Their stories are so weird. Like the last one that I tried to play all the way through goes way back to Heavy Rain on the PS3, and it was just so glitchy that, like, when I say glitchy, I mean like it broke my game several times. You know, some 2 hours in, some 7 hours. I got trapped in areas I couldn't get out of. Like, you're just stuck walking around in a circle. So it's like, and I've watched some of their videos, like with the other two games they did after this game was announced, and it's all the same weird, stilted dialogue. I mean, look, if you really want that classic George Lucas prequel-y like dialogue, boy, if I got a treat for you. You know, right. Like it's not Red Dead or Horizon Zero Dawn or Halo. I mean, it's not that genius either. You know, it's like, I don't know, man. I also think, like, what are we really looking for as fans? Are we looking for like a come to Jeebus moment with Star Wars writing, or are we just looking for something as fun as like Arkham Asylum?
Come to Jar Jar.
Come to Jar Jar, right? Like, I think like Fallen Order is quite good enough, you know, in terms of the writing and presentation. If they can just hit that level, you know, then
I'm with you.
We should all be happy. Oh, is that the dude? This the episode list?
No. Yeah, so this is from the WGA, the Writers Guild of America. Go read this on Bestman Bulletin. He wrote a good article on it, and we'll go look at that in a second. But it has the writers breakdown in the end, and excuse me, looking at the here's what I believe is going on. This is just my analysis here. Okay, is that it? We got story, and we got story credit here, and we got teleplay credit. So the thing is that it like I had heard a lot about the original film that was going to be made back in the day, and I think what we may have is just really characters in similar situations giving these people some. I'm just guessing here. But like why it's so complicated and convoluted, you know what I'm saying? But what's interesting about it is, so episode 1 is like, we know it's on Tatooine, right? And then we have 1, 2, you know what I mean? So we have 3, we have 2 people. Okay, so 2 people, but we also have story credits and teleplay. So that's kind of that is interesting. And then second episodes 1 through 2. Teleplay, we over here also the same thing pretty much, and then 1 through 3, and then we see Hannah Friedman come in, and Hannah Friedman is one of the main writers of Willow, I believe. So she's written on Willow and Kenobi.
So Stuart Beattie is the guy who got the credit for adding the ghost element to the Pirates of the Caribbean, the first movie. And I was telling you, like, I've heard him talk about it, and he's never been able to fully articulate how he just conjured that fucking genius idea up, to which you were like, oh, because it was supposed to be a Monkey Island movie. And it's the only thing that ever made sense to me, because when I saw that first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, I'm like, it's Curse of Monkey Island. Like, this is LeChuck and the Ghost Pirates and the whole bit. And that makes sense. Since then, he's wrote a lot of trash. But he did write Collateral, which I love. But like, he was the one who was on Rise of Cobra. And then he wrote the screenplay version. I don't know why they hired him to do I, Frankenstein. I'm friendly with Kevin Grievous. I worked on a comic with him. Yeah. George Beatty. Yeah, but Stuart Beatty's his store down there.
Based on Star Wars by George Beatty.
I read that.
Well, who wrote this shit?
Yeah.
No, they mistook it. It's a typo. Yeah.
And
that's hilarious.
That's just a typo. And also like once again, it says 60 minutes here. Maybe one of them is 60 minutes, but like I said, your average episode is gonna be about 45 minutes. But that's just like the a generalization there, I think. I would love to be wrong. I'd love for them all to be 60, but right there. But so I've been saying about 45 to 50 minutes is probably where you're going to see. Even 40 to 50 minutes seems realistic. But maybe the 60-minute thing will happen. That would be cool. But I think they're going to.
Yeah, what happened to episode 6?
Right. Well, and then
Danny's just popped in with that. It was supposed to be a 6-episode series, or did they never officially say
series? Maybe the 6th episode being the final one hasn't been submitted. Look at when this was submitted, 3/24. That was just last week. And so maybe the 6th one hasn't been submitted yet. Or unless maybe they're airing 2 together, it's changed that. I don't think so though. I just think the 6th one hasn't been put in. But definitely interesting. But there are 6 episodes. So yeah.
Interesting. Andrew Stanton, John Carter of Mars, Andrew Stanton.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty interesting how many people have had a hand in writing this and getting it all together, So
if it is as good as we believe it to be, it will prove that Star Wars takes many hands. It takes a lot. Unless you're some genius out there, and it is possible. I'm not saying it isn't, but
Ryan did a great job. Ryan, regardless of he did a great job with that as a piece of just standard film. People could be mad about the depiction of their boyhood hero all they fucking want. That's not what I'm talking about. If you just look at it as a film free of emotions of any attachments you're supposed to have that you may have to it, it was solid. It's like had Ryan just made all of it, it probably would have been good. Probably would have been better.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. It would have parts you don't like, whatever. Every movie has it, but whatever. It had a good opening and a good ending, I'm like anything else is subjective, but
yeah,
I really wish he had gotten to complete episode 9. Yeah.
But it does come into just a weird thing about art, I guess, is that or in a series of art in a series, is that had Ryan just made it all or Abrams just made it all, it probably would have been better. One person, one vision, or you need to actually have a bunch of people together. But I still think that is still maybe sort of a misrepresentation, because what I think we have here is I think we have somebody who wrote the first draft of a film, somebody who wrote the second draft of the film, something like that. Or actually, I'm sorry, wrote the first draft of the film, Kenobi, A Star Wars Story. Then kiboshed, translate this into a television series. Okay, it's all right. Do a revision before we film. Nah, it's not cutting it. Joby comes in. Look, we got to fix all of this. Joby comes in, and then I'm thinking that at the other 2 writers, what was it? It was Hannah Friedman and maybe Andrew Stanton. they probably had something to do either with various ideas, contributions that were given, or with the on set when they were filming, when they were making revisions during filming. There's oftentimes a writer who's there when they're filming, and something's not working. On the spot, they'll fix it.
May the force be with you.
I know, I'm getting all choked up.
Hey, James.
But yeah,
it's really sad. It's okay.
I'm not gonna make it, you guys.
It's okay.
Forever sleep.
Just give me the money.
But yeah, Talking to Sis says, I thought it was weird they were premiering it right before Celebration, so we will have viewings at Celebration. I think so. I think they will show it at Celebration. They showed Star Wars 3D at Celebration at the same place. Here's what I will say though. Where they showed Star Wars in 3D at Celebration, I'd already seen Attack of the Clones in 3D before. And when I saw Attack of the Clones in 3D and Phantom Menace, and when I saw both of those in 3D at Celebration in 2015, they looked like shit. It was not the place to watch a 3D movie, but I'm sure it'll be fine for a 2D viewing or something, you know?
2D.
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 2D Caputi?
Yeah.
You can bet on it, Sith.
Ooh.
Whoa, that's pretty good action dialogue. The Talking Sis says, any word on Lotto for panels yet, like Chicago? I haven't heard anything about that stuff at all. I haven't because I'm not going. I really kind of haven't given a shit. I've been like, you know what? Personally, like I said, I'm not judging anybody for going. I feel like at this point everybody does know the risk, but I still don't think they should be doing it. Personally, I'm not gonna fucking make a big thing about it or anything like that, but I just don't think it's a good idea.
When did they stop showing the 3D movies in the theater, the prequels?
They only showed Phantom Menace.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they only did Phantom Menace, and
what was the decision? Do you remember what the reason was?
Well, they didn't make good money, and then they sold Lucasfilm.
That's right.
And then they just decided not to continue doing it. And they decided to move away from the prequels and act like we're all about practical effects here at old LFL. The mystery box.
I remember hearing that all the time. I was like, shut
the fuck up. God, yeah, you heard. What is that, like your first fucking term that you ever heard mystery box? It's not even a real thing. J.J. Abrams didn't like his grandpa's Christmas present, didn't fucking open it, because I guarantee you, if he wasn't like, what is this stupid fucking shit, he would have opened it.
Right?
You're a kid, you opened your shit.
Yeah.
I guess he was probably rich as fuck though, so he probably didn't give a fuck. He probably had so many Christmas presents. He was like, I don't care. But
I looked in, it turned out to be Super Mario Brothers 2. I wanted Alex Kidd in the Miracle World. Ruined Christmas.
That was all Rosenberg.
Sorry.
God, I'm trying to think
of. I never
looked
again. I keep the box of mystery.
Is it?
Yes. Sorry.
Did you ever listen to the Jerky Boys when you were?
No.
Kid? Okay. Yeah, it was like a prank call CD tape that went around in the early '90s.
Oh God. Really?
Yeah. They made it into a movie too. It was terrible, but I loved it.
I was hoping for the Constructicons, and they got me GoBots. I don't like it.
Young Boomer says, I see Gustavo Fring in the lineup. My dude's after Kyber crystal meth. I don't know what that means, but sounds fun. If you like crystal meth, I don't though. David Gorlick says, first and last time I went to Celebration was 2015, but I love to go again. Got a great little personal Hemmel story out of it too. Oh
That's
yeah,
when I met you. 2015.
That's right. That's right. We went over to Spire. That Spires is gone now, by the way.
Is it? Why?
Yeah, it's gone. I think after us, it decided we peaked. We're never gonna. Oh, also the comic book store that we did the podcast in, also gone.
Closed.
Also gone too. Yeah, gone before COVID though. Just
hey, should we? So like, let's say when the next Celebration is, would you be up for having a show at?
Oh yeah, that would be a great time.
Being able to meet each other. Well,
I
already met you, but the people on the show, and then also the viewers.
Yeah, we could invite Amy Radcliffe to be our guest.
I don't want to meet anybody. I don't like people. Can I just be a ghost?
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
Fuck off. Okay. I'm just kidding.
Hey, Baymax.
That was okay. I know. I can accept this. Like I appreciate it.
God, what a boob.
Yeah.
Say boobs.
Yeah.
Who wants blue or green?
Introvert.
Okay,
introvert, Max. All right.
Are you?
What do you think keeps me in my room drawing? Like, you think it's the need to go outside? Like, what are you doing?
James says, in the Obi-Wan sizzle reel with the art, Vader is in his castle looking at a hologram. That must be Palpatine. So
it's my only Fetch account.
No, I'm under the impression that they were going to have Ian McDiarmid in the film, and then that changed. It's not a loss. It's not. It's just they got the story better. But that the concept art, like in that way, I wouldn't read too much into it. And the concept art is most likely Blue Sky concept art. That's just to be like, yeah, it could be Kenobi, it could be the Grand. I mean, it could be Palpatine, it could be the Grand Inquisitor, it could be whoever. It's if they didn't fill it in and actually make it clear.
Mhm.
Concept art doesn't. I know James knows this. I'm just talking, but concept art doesn't really like. It doesn't have. It's all about nuance, but it doesn't have particulars. So it just is. Yeah, I wouldn't.
According
I
to
wouldn't
James,
read
directors don't even direct anymore. Like it's
that
all
isn't
a
James.
secret
James
society
Washington
of
isn't
Illuminatis.
James. Is it James K?
Oh,
James K
I
is
can't
different.
see. I'm working, buddy.
Yeah,
You
you're
say
fighting
James,
with
yeah.
for days. You've been fighting with the wrong James. James that you're
Oh.
fighting with, he's been busy. He hasn't
I'm fighting
been
with
here.
all Jameses right now.
He just-
James
yeah,
Hetfield, Rick James.
He commented though.
But this is James George
Yeah.
Washington. James George
Jesse
Lucas
James,
Washington.
James George.
That's his nickname.
Touch me and I'll make a prequel.
Star Wars Anna.
Real vague Rocky reference.
Jingle the Dingle is what
Jingle
it
the dingle. All right, I dare you. Thank you. Everyone should subscribe to Star Wars Santa Show. Tomorrow, Santa's going to have the Echo-based cats on. That's going to be interesting.
I
so
saw
it'll be fun.
the last half of Santa,
Excuse me.
Star Wars Santa show with you on it. I didn't. Sometimes I don't get his notifications. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
So, every now and then we will do a show
Uh-huh.
here,
Uh-huh.
and people will be like, "You're live." I didn't get a notification, and they'll be like, "I just got it now."
I didn't get the
it-
notification. It just showed that you guys were on, so I clicked on,
Yeah,
and Meg was making me laugh.
Mega's funny. Mega's funny. Robert Sinclair says hologram Sheev. I was thinking like Teddy Grams when he said that. And I was like, man, remember Teddy Grams?
Oh, Teddy Grams.
Titty Grams.
Teddy Grams.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Wait. I think you kind of went sugar bet. Remember he's all, don't get my sugar, man. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
All right, anyways, hologram
same
Sheev
dude.
could be added later on. No, they love doing those FaceTime holograms. Well, you could be right, but what look at what we just had right now. We
Could
just
it be a surprise? Could it
well,
be
we were just looking at the writing credits. So who wrote it? Who wrote this new scene? Would it be Joby Harold? You know what I mean? Like how late in the game can they do, and would they do something like that? I'm not against it. Like I said, I would love for Palpatine to be involved. Just knowing what I know about the story, I don't see why he would matter to it. I don't know why he would be involved. And then I know the ending of the show too. I know exactly how the final. I know everything from the final episode. Yeah, I do. But with that in mind, Palpatine being involved at all, I don't know why he would be. It doesn't actually make a lot of sense.
gross.
In fact, I'd say it almost clashes with the ending. Unless it's just complete fan service, and then at the end, like we see Vader like calling up Palpatine and going, "Oh well, it's all done. Everything's all
She
fine
loves
here.
the clash."
How are you? You know,
Fine, thank you.
Yeah,
How are you?
that's pretty much like. So I don't see a place
It's a living.
or a time, and I'm not sure what to make of the Palpatine rumor. That is going around. For all I know, it's misinterpreted as something else, or maybe. And I have got Praetorians over on Mando 3. So at this point, if I was betting, I would bet on Palpatine and Mando 3 before Palpatine and Obi-Wan. I know that sounds crazy, but that's
local.
That's just where I'm at.
That's the right kind of Lucasfilm weirdness. What don't make any sense, Jason? Is a timeline, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, but that sounds like something they do.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, but
Chris wouldn't agree with that.
Take that as a
So
rumor.
It seems right.
And understand the difference between me going like, here is my very well sourced like work where I interviewed people working on the show and I know what they're doing, versus like somebody's like, yeah, I saw him over that. Like for all I know, Ian McDiarmid showed up and was like, can I see the baby Yoda? And they were like, yeah, you can do that. And he's like, thanks,
Thanks with
And
a F.
he's all, you got any bangers and mash? And then they just started feeding him and baby Yoda bangers and mash. That could happen, right? I mean, it could have been that like dumb. It would, but at the same time,
Vegemite all over my top. I don't
but
like
but
it.
he makes the most sense for Andor, where you could have Palpatine involved. But why would Ian McDiarmid go film for Andor in Los Angeles? Is like another, you know what I mean? It could be, it could be that there was
because the last time they let him loose in London, you got on a bender. You know what I mean? He can't be trusted. Like he goes, "Oi!" and he starts a fight with the Star Trek people. Like it's fucking total. He just runs amok in London, Jason.
I heard he put on a Doctor Who mask and told everybody Doctor Who was in the movie, and I already got into the relationships, opened up credit cards under Doctor Who's name. And
starts
people thought
sheeving
Doctor Who was
people.
episode 9.
He gets a knife. Yeah. You've been sheeved. Jinx.
Baymax says, just watch Moon Knight. Interesting start. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I like it yet, but I mean, I'll watch the second episode, so I guess it's doing what it's supposed to like do.
I'm reminded of when Daredevil came out back in 2014, 2013, right?
Yeah.
And people were like, it's all right. No costume, slow. And now everyone's the greatest fucking thing ever, right? Like, it's just funny how, like, that's why I'm very wary. Like, I know people about, like, when we did the Boba Fett stuff, I'm like the most negative or like judgmental, but it's like, I actually don't approve of reviewing episodes. It'd be like reviewing chapters to books to me, Oh no, about the first chapter 4 wasn't. I don't like. To me, it's just like, is the whole. Oh, what are you guys laughing at now?
Sorry,
has Best been sending you videos again?
No.
Max texted me. I'm ready to read what you texted me. Put Vegemite on your butt lips and let a girl eat you out.
Wow, Max.
I'm turning red.
That's something. Yeah. See what happens when you pass notes in class?
Mm-hmm. Teacher gets mad. Hello, Star Wars Fits.
No, wait. He was Rob was speaking.
Oh no, we're done with that.
I just heard this great idea. I'm going to try later, and I lost focus. David, agree, Rob. The Marvel shows are top notch. And the young boomer said, "Let's have Palpatine as an angry head in a jar." Yeah, right. Vigilant says, "Moon Knight so far is meh for me. I like the smash, cut, flash, forward plot device and Hawk's acting, but it didn't nail the right tone for me. Also, some of the background CGI was on the cheap side, so he was noticing it."
All right, well, go hook some of that up for the YouTube shows. They could use some of that cheap CGI.
Rob,
Baymax says,
sorry. I was just wondering who the Force Ghost is in the background at Rob's picture.
Oh, that's Kurt.
I can't see.
You don't know who Kurt is, do you, Max?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
What happens if I choose solo layout?
Oh, okay.
All right.
I can see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you could see him back there.
Nice mask.
All right.
Sorry.
So, all right. So Baymax is asking, you think Kenobi episodes 1 and 2 will be merged and it'll be a 5-episode season with a long premiere? I could see that. I could see that happening, but also, like I said earlier, I know this is on a 45-minute delay right now for the chat because we're so far behind. But it's like those episodes were clearly just submitted. What was the last? I still have it open. Yeah. So
yeah, like
228,
the last one was
316, 310, 228, and 324. So 324. That's so maybe the 6th episode just hasn't been updated on the site yet. Is my guess. But yeah. Also means I guess maybe they need that stuff for credits, like the credits at the end of the episodes to be finalized and stuff, which they probably need to get on to.
I wondered that too.
Yeah.
What Baymax said.
Shape You Wish says, I haven't felt that good since Archie Gimel scored against Holland in 1978. I don't know what that even means, but it sounds fucking cool as shit.
Stana knows.
I bet you he had some like cool sideburns, like he worked on the Death Star. Baymax, they haven't done that with the other shows like Hawkeye that had 2 episode premieres. That's a good point, Nolan. Very good point, Mr. Nolan. And thanks to everybody who is a channel member. I really appreciate it. Like Joel Williamson. Hard to set a Nora on Tatooine. Too many suns. Yeah, but you get all those shadows. You could have a lot of shadows on Tatooine. Let's just be honest. If you really wanted to commit. Griffin says, too bad Jar Jar won't be there. I know. I love Jar Jar, and I hope they bring him into something in the future. They totally should. I mean, I always thought it would be interesting if Jar Jar was a changed person after the prequel stuff. If he was,
like he's
you know
like,
what I mean?
made a bad decision.
Nobody wants like depressed Jar Jar. That would be boring. But I mean, but could Jar Jar have grown the fuck up quite a bit and lost a lot of his innocence? And you could do that with him if you wanted to. It would be kind of interesting.
That would be a very interesting character.
You know, yeah. I mean, he's gone through a lot. And top of the morning to you, Will Morgan. Wait, is it top of the morning? I don't even know what that fucking means. I'm an American.
It means
Griff.
Good morning.
Yeah. Does it mean the early morning though, or late morning? Top of means like the early morning, right? So you'd almost say top of the morning if it was like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Maybe.
You know what they say in New York? Papa's the morning, right?
they say, Papa's, give me a lighter. Griffin Campbell.
Papa's the morning.
He's the key to everything. Jar Jar is the key to everything, Griffin. Oops, afternoon.
He punches you in the nose.
Oh, there we go. We solved it. We are 12:06 here now. Griffin says, try experimenting with titties. No, with titles. Try experimenting with titles. Like Kathleen Kennedy.
I tried that in
Kenobi.
Jedi.
It actually looks like that. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, our worst fears confirmed and see what happens. Yeah. Okay, I'll try it. I'll be like, Kathleen Kennedy deleted Kenobi. Show delayed. Worst fears confirmed. I'll do it. You know what I'll do? Maybe I could troll clickbait in reverse, right? Like, our worst fears confirmed. Last Jedi voted best Star Wars movie of all times with an S at the end. Times.
Yeah, just say so. A poll was taken because it's always telling me like half the nation thinks this. And I'm like, when did I didn't get the fucking poll? How do they? What are the statistics they work out on that one? You know, like
I'll just be like, and then I'll start the episode with the stripper pole your mom dances on, and the episode profit.
Oh, boom.
Okay. Luke Winchester. My name is Luke Winchester. It's London MCM Comic Con. In that weekend, I'll be there in my convent cosplay. I'm kind of going into Boba Fett cosplay glory.
A little bit.
Kind of hoping they'll do a showing, as otherwise I'll be avoiding spoilers all weekend. Ooh, I gotta say, I don't know if they would do. If they would, I think they're gonna keep it exclusive to Celebration Anaheim. I think they would do that. I don't think they'll be like internationally cool. They'll be like, you should have flown over here and got COVID. I think that's what
I wonder who of the members will be going to Celebration, and if anyone's going to be cosplaying.
Yeah.
I would like to see pictures.
Everybody who's at Celebration who goes has to be I'm going to deputize everyone in the chat who's going to being Making Star Wars field reporters. So I'm going to be the Grand Inquisitor. You're going to be Reva. You report to me, and I report to Darth Vader and Palpatine.
Yeah,
that's how we'll do it. But Luke says Death Zero in the death match. Mike Zero. I don't know. I think he would win. He would like summon up fantasy Star Destroyers. He'd pull down on top of me and kill me.
I wonder if he goes to celebrations, Star Wars celebrations.
No, he doesn't. I'd love to have seen him there though.
What would you say?
Rolls up in his Lambo.
Griffin says Mike Zero works at Kmart, so that's kind of the same thing, right?
How do you know?
One time I was sent Mike Zero's Kmart application. I didn't. Yeah.
Seriously?
Basically, Yeah, Mike Zero. I don't know. This is a long time ago, but he used to have this thing where he would make sock accounts and he'd like go after people's like wives. Like he would harass my old wife, and he would. But there was this guy in the Dragon Ball Z community, and Mike Zero used to be involved in the Dragon Ball Z community, and this guy gave him an opportunity to write for this Dragon Ball Z Making Star Wars equivalent, way bigger than me actually, by far. And
hold on. When you say there's this guy in a Dragon Ball Z community, as serious as you said it, I just imagine Larry David go, "Yeah, in the Dragon Ball Z community, yeah,
in the Dragon Ball Z,
yeah, Dragon with Goku and the fireballs, yeah."
I have
power
grown.
level 1 million, yeah.
Rob, I have grown. I have grown a lot because you know what I used to do to the Dragon Ball Z kids in high school. I used to call it Dragon Balls. Just to troll them, like if the Z was pronounced, and they would correct me, and I would say, yeah. So Dragon Balls. I would just go
on. Would you do the balls with the Z or an S? And which one was it?
when Pokemon came out, I would call the Pokeballs the Dragon Balls.
Are you more of a Squirtle guy or a Pikachu? Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, he had for some reason. He was making stuff up, like doing essentially what he does now, his delusional stuff. And then this person, so he was like kicked off the website. And then he went after like the guy's wife and stuff, like a fucking maniac. And then the whole Dragon Ball Z community, unlike the Star Wars community, they actually ostracized him and pushed him out. Nobody wanted anything to do with him. They actually pushed him out. And then he came over to our lovely fandom full of just so much chaos that he still is going strong. And I gotta say, with the amount of views that he gets, I think it's unlikely he still has to work at Kmart. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I don't think he's working.
He wasn't getting a Lambo on fucking Dragon Ball Z.
No, Mike Zero's not getting a Lambo. That's a Star Wars theory. He just talks about Star Wars.
Does that mean Does that mean Lamborghini?
Yes. A Lamborghini bikini. We all have one, right? Okay. I know I do.
Countach. What? Did I say it wrong?
Probably. Sorry. No, but no. So every now and then, like it's like a part of me just like loves Mike Zero, and it's just like it's so funny. It's just like our little weirdo down the street. Look at him go. You know what I mean? He hasn't eaten a whole family yet. You know, so it's kind of funny. But it does get a little bit annoying when he puts.
It's not into cannibalism yet. No, doesn't eat people,
and that's when the cannibalism began. But it completely. But it is funny to me that we live in a world. I'm not jealous. I'm really truly not jealous. I'm actually like I kind of almost admire it, but I don't, because see, people say he's a hard worker. When you watch it, he's memorized. The first part's of memorization. The live action video is about 30 seconds to a minute long. And then after that, it cuts away and it's just VO. It's not really that hard. It's not that hard to make 4 or 5 videos a day if that's all you're doing.
Especially when you're making up half your fucking news. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. That's what I don't understand that part.
Yeah, if I didn't have to like run around and talk to people, I could probably make 8 or 9 videos a day. To be honest with you, I really, really, truly could. Like
yeah, you just make it up. You don't have to go anywhere. I mean, you could put on fucking Dragon Ball Z in the background. And
would that might be a fun video to make? Like, just take a week off and be like, tell everybody I'm going to do this. I'm going to make 9 fake videos a day, like in Mike Zero's format, and show that it's not that hard. You know what I mean? I could do it. It would be easy.
Yeah, but then no, you don't want to jeopardize your sources. Or you mean
no? I would let everybody know, and I would say
I
would make every video. This is a fake Mike Zero video.
I just don't.
Here's the format.
I don't understand that part of whatever. Anyway,
I don't understand why people are okay with being lied to because they're hearing what they want to hear. Like, it's a very, very big cultural problem that we have, down to our politics, to our imaginations right now. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, if your significant other tells you they're not cheating on you, but they are, you are still living a lie. And if you wouldn't put up with that, I don't know why you would put up with it from your politicians or your fantasy.
Unless
You know?
unless people know that it's not true and they're just going to watch for entertainment purposes.
I like to think that's where we're at now.
I really do.
I like to think that the people who are watching Mike Zero today, that's just where they're at. But I also think that mostly because like we have, the cats are like, today I'm reading tarot cards and I'm here to tell you Kathleen Kennedy has been super fucking fired.
I know who you're talking about.
We have people who watch that every day and believe it.
Hey,
so
you know what's funny is I guarantee you Paycheck loses his fucking job before she does.
I guarantee you Paycheck is the guy doing this. Kathleen Kennedy is a fucking bitch. Trust me, I know.
He's joking.
She
He's
shoots
joking.
lasers out of her butthole.
I swear.
Oh my god.
Okay.
No, I hope so.
Yeah.
God, I just hope.
Yeah, no, it is super weird. Because I've just never been that kind of person. Like, for better or worse, I want to know the truth. Yeah. That's how I feel about UFO disclosure, about people I'm dating, and fantasy
Star Wars.
You know what I mean? All of it. I want the truth.
That says everything about who you are, Jason.
Yeah, it does. Vigilant says some grifter will try the Lucasfilm needs the extra time to change the Grand Inquisitor's design after the backlash angle. I know and then they're actually like showing more at once, which actually like is would actually debunk that. So if we do see it,
that's new footage.
What?
That's new Inquisitor footage.
No, there is no new Inquisitor footage. He's making a joke that a grifter will say that they're doing that to change the Grand Inquisitor.
Nice.
But in reality,
I thought you said in reply there was new footage.
No. Talking Sis says NetEase and Quantic Dream are not exclusive, but NetEase says keep Quantic Dream's name out of your fucking mouth.
Ooh.
that's
more like net sleaze.
Net tease.
Yeah.
Wow,
watch because of that.
Right?
We're gonna have like some fucking Chinese gangsters drive by our houses now.
If it's like Kung Fu Hustle, I accept that challenge. Like,
yeah, is
I hear
is China Kung Fu?
I don't know.
I always get confused.
Yes, Hong Kong.
China. Okay,
Yes,
yeah, they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you Hong Kong style. I love that. I love that song in the Hong Kong 97 game. It just plays this one little bar from like a song. It's so good. It's so good. Young Boomer says, yeah, on the game front, it was very telling that we keep getting remasters or compatibility of the old stuff like Republic Commando, Bounty Hunter, and Jedi Outcast. Yeah, no, I just don't even care anymore. Once I got Pod Racer, I was like, I'm good. That's all I wanted. I would love for them to do updated graphics. I know me and Rob are going to agree on the old Super Star Wars games. If you want to upgrade those graphics, like using some 4K stuff and really upgrade, I would love that. But that's too fun. They won't do that.
I would totally play a Pod Racer game.
Pod Racer's fun.
That would be fun.
I actually wish they would. I should do an embarrassing game stream playing Super Star Wars so I can show people how good I am. I'm fucking good, man. People say the game's too hard. Not for me. I'm fucking good. I never lost it. I still got it. I'm like Mando in that
Super
episode.
Star Wars game should only be pixel art, Jason.
I would love if they use the Castle Crashers guys, like upgraded the art.
For a new thing, just don't call it Super Star Wars. Call it something else.
Remember for a time when they were like upgrading graphics on Xbox and you could like do like the vintage graphics or the new one? I'd be okay with that too.
I would accept that, but I'm talking about doing something on a budget. You're talking about a whole thing. Like I'm just talking about being able to
make draw it again.
Jason, don't start with that. You just play some fucking music, right? You just
take the Inquisitor's head.
Why are you trying?
You just do this to the Inquisitor's head and it's done.
I mean, the Foo Fighters put out an album every year, so what's so fucking hard about it?
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been good since the second record. But yeah, you're right. I'll take it.
Come on, who put a blaster on their CD? Come on.
Yeah, Darth Del Rio says, I want those Super Star Wars games for the whole saga like Rob was talking about. I'm old. I like my old things. And yeah, I agree. Hey, Barney's, what happened to episode 6? I just think it's not in the Baney's, I'm sorry. Baney's, Darth Baney's, the original Sith bar everybody used to go to. Oh, we're gonna go down to old Baney's to have a brewski. What happened to episode 6? I think it just wasn't in there. Episode 6 still a thing. Trust me, I know
I thought you
people
meant
who
the
made
movie.
6 who wrote Return of the Jedi. It's on Disney Plus. We're streaming now. Disney Plus, your premier home of Star Wars in 4K. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it's got all the yism you want.
Your enemy, James Krusek. I think it said Krusek. If it's not, sorry, dude. You have a complicated last name. It's not possible for one person to do it with little time. Michael Arndt backed out because of time. But you're saying that Michael Arndt's a time traveler? Baymax. The two jerky boys worked at MTV answering phones. Look up their VHS if you find it. Yeah. I will turn up with a latex Rob mask with this face tattooed on my back. I don't know. We already talked about your back tattoo earlier, about your Vespa back tattoo, your Space Vespa back tattoo that you're gonna get, and it's gonna have you on it with Star Wars Santa on the back, and it's gonna say "Love my Christmas bitches." What do you think about that one? Come on, somebody draw it. Baymax is the guy who would usually draw it, so maybe it will happen. Maybe it won't happen. He's like, I'm not doing that to myself.
Or you can get
that
some
Grogu drawing. Okay.
Yeah. I should really read ahead.
Poor baby.
Santa's like, Jason told us earlier you were getting the Mod Gang Vespas tattooed on your back. Yeah. And Drash on one testicle, Scat on the other.
Yeah.
Says Baymax. They do sound like ball names. Like
that's a very Greasy Strangler comment.
Oh man!
Well, it turns out Robert Rodriguez is a huge fan of the Greasy Strangler. So
is he?
You're in luck. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. You ever had? Seriously though, we've all had Drash on our scads, and it's not fun. You know.
Look. We can all agree modern Star Wars names got to improve. You know, like I mean,
Scad
they're
doesn't sound
bad.
good. Yeah, Scad sounds.
They're pretty bad.
It sounds.
Grogu's not that great a name either. Like
I love Grogu.
Dingerin.
You're
being
blinded I love Grogu too, but it doesn't make his name good. Like I know a lot of great people with really bad names.
When I heard it, I was like Grogu, and then I like it now.
Yeah,
because he responded to it.
You gotta say it like I do, Grogu.
Grogu.
It's like Cookie Crisp, actually. Yeah, that's how I came up with it.
What people don't really realize is that we are taking Grogu, which is a Lucasfilm code word for human centipeding each other. Kathleen Kennedy has successfully put Bob Chapek's whole head up her asshole. This is the one
that's
we
where I
live in.
put Kurtz's body. You know, he's up there too. Yeah, Paycheck is known as the old Sarlacc. Can't do it. It's got a Sarlacc butt, just forever shove shit up in there.
Love you, AJ, but I've been falling out of love with Star Wars delays like this are why. It's only 2 days, AJ. It's not.
What does this mean?
Really a big deal.
What?
AJ.
Oh, 2 days.
Yeah.
2 days.
Oh man, 2 days.
I hope you're not a fan of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, but we could all agree Breath of the Wild needs a breath mint. Okay.
I mean,
2 days.
Is he not going to pick up Lego Star Wars? Because spoilers, that was delayed for quite a while.
True. All Star Wars has been delayed every time. The original one was supposed to come out in Christmas and ended up being a May movie. Nolan Ryan
might be the only one that ever shipped on time, right? Like, hold on, like.
Oh, Attack of the Clone. The prequels all hit on time, but Lucas gave himself the time for that and scheduled reshoots and stuff like that. So it was always yeah. I mean, but it was also supposed to come out in 1994. So it was going to be pushed back by about 5 years in general. So
was it really supposed to come out in 94?
He was originally, when he was first started talking about the prequels, was saying that they were going to come out in 94, and he didn't start writing until 94.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't know
Right?
if they would look as good.
They actually may look better because they would be using practical effects from
Here
like
you
the
go.
Terminator 2 style. Yeah.
There you go.
But Jar Jar may have been like a T-1000, like some dumb effect. You know what I mean? It may have just been like something dumb that they could, who knows what it would have been different for sure though. Nolan Ryan says just pick Brie Larson as your champion and Zero will collapse in fear and defeat. Does he like put her in all of his featured images or something? Because I approve of that. I put Brie Larson on.
I got a friend that I respect, but he's on that weird anti Brie Larson kick, and he goes, "Her feet are big." I'm like, "My feet are big. What is your fucking problem?" Like, what is this?
Oh, so it's not Brie Larson. Wait, is Brie Larson the girl from Community, or is it
Captain Marvel, bro?
Oh, Captain Marvel. Oh yeah. I don't care what she says. She can do whatever she wants with her big ass feet. She's hot as fuck. Okay. Anyways, Talking Sith says, "I'm going to Celebration. I'll report directly to Lambhead." Yes, Lambhead. Lambhead knows all. That's why you have just become a level 1 cult member, Talking Sith. Congratulations on your promotion.
Lambhead just talks with glowing red eyes.
Say it right.
Okay, can we tell the truth now that we are truly in power? The red eye art that you see all over YouTube, that's truly the power of Lambhead. It's always been here, controlling you, making
Anytime
you feel.
You see a red eye in a photo, that's actually Lambhead.
Lambhead feeds off your emotions.
Say the name right. Say the name right.
Lambhead.
Lambhead.
Lambahead. Lambahead.
Lambda.
Lambda.
Every time I would hear Omega, I would say Omega Moo. I would say Omega Moo.
Remember when that nerdy Darth Vader was totally rapey in that movie, though? I mean, Darth Vader that nerd Darth Vader totally raped that woman in that.
He did.
Thing. Yeah, she thought she was
Yeah.
with someone else.
And then
he took pictures of her boobs and the pie and showed it to everybody. He revenge porned her too.
That's fucked up. She needs some I Love My Carpet.
Yeah, I don't think we could do a Revenge of the Nerds remake in the truest sense.
No.
Luke Winchester says, "I love how absurd Zero is too. I maintain that he's living a parallel universe where everything he reports is true. Welcome to the Zeroverse." I know,
it could. I mean, that's his universe, right?
Yeah, no. So like if Mike Zero is an Andy Kaufman character, then he's my favorite person in Star Wars fandom of all time. Truly, like I would be like, you got me, and I fucking love you for it. Like, you are amazing. But I honestly think what it came down to was stacking shelves at Kmart sucks ass, and not in the good way. If you're into that, I
thought it'd be like opportunity
with Vegemite.
If you were put some Vegemite on your asshole and really just had it sucked. It's not like, it's not that good for. So I think it's a lot better just to like say they're pulling down Star Destroyers rather than putting things on shelves. That's my guess.
I went on the speaker once and I said it was a blue milk light special and no one got the joke.
Yeah, it is funny. You can see too, like people. That is the hard part about sort of like politics in a weird way. Like with leaking and information, is if you need money, it's very hard to not just go and start spouting out bullshit. I mean, we've seen it before. We've seen it lots of times where people suddenly, like, there's a money issue and they start making shit up. So, that's what's hard. Yeah, you have to have a dummy like me who's too proud to do that. Most people aren't.
I'm not
Darth
too proud to beg. No.
I'm too proud to beg. That's my problem. Become a channel member. Please become a channel member.
Please.
For the love of God, do it.
Come
on, Shamrock Vigilance. Shakes are just putting me out of business.
Please. I mean, do you know how that's 5 Diet Dr. Peppers. 5 at McDonald's. Please.
Yeah, but it's 4 Diet Dr. Peppers on a Tuesday if you go up between 9 and 10.
I'm a pepper, you're a pepper.
We're all peppers.
She's a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?
Yeah, short circuit.
Baymax says,
what?
The Zeroverse was shattered the day he fired his dartboard. It's been a chaotic multiverse of clickbait content, material, and updates with no stability except for his Brie Larson and KK obsession. Yeah, who's that one dude? That one guy? He's a bit fandom menacey overall, but he makes those fucking hilarious videos. Like I don't really like it when he picks on people that just like stuff he doesn't like. I think that's a little bit lame, but his Mike Zero videos are hilarious. Darth Melvin. I don't really like when he picks on people who just like things that he doesn't like. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like if you like something I don't like, I'm not gonna make fun of you. That's kind of fucked up. But his Mike Zero videos are fucking perfection. I will say.
We don't do that except when someone likes Avatar and everyone in the fucking chat has to tell them how dumb they are, right, Jason? Right?
Hey, I thought of you last night when I was watching Moon Knight and he said he liked Avatar.
How great was that?
Okay.
How great was that line?
That was for you.
How great was that line? So
good. Star Wars Santa says,
good.
really happy with how today's show went on my channel. We were able to disagree and show how people can be civil and close friends. You know what, Santa? Up yours, man. Your opinions are dog shit. No, I'm kidding. Yeah,
Oh
no,
God.
it's true. I mean, no, it's totally fine. Like you know, I didn't want to be like a huge Debbie Downer, but I do think it's important to obviously, you know, if Max thinks something is the greatest song in the world and I don't, then it just is what it is. I come out of like loving indie music, so I don't ever expect me to, you know, it's like what we're listening to today. Oh, hold on, I was listening to something this morning.
I guess am I supposed to say fuck you?
You're supposed to say fuck.
It's good. It's good.
More. You ever heard Mort Garson's Mother Earth's Plantasia? It's a synth record, all with different plant themes. It's fucking great. And I heard about it like a long time ago when I was listening to last podcast on the left. I listened to it. It's fucking good. It's really good, but it's you know, it's not for everyone. But it's definitely like really chill. It's kind of like if like Final Fantasy music from the old Nintendo. But imagine if it didn't have like a kilobyte limit, you know? Just kind of get to go with it, man. But it's a really good time. And but so like that's how I view Star Wars. I just think it's the opposite end of it is when you start like going like, oh, you know, you like this, so therefore you are bad. But I also think that Darth Melvin's pretty hilarious most of the time still. Until he makes a video about me, then I'll be really, really, really salty. No, I'm kidding.
Star Wars Santa's like, and now one person talks shit about Lord of the Rings, so I'm cool.
One ring to rule them all, motherfucker!
It's not an allegory. Totally not. Sure.
Internet comment etiquette, like huge channel. That's fucking funny as fuck. He did a video on Lord of the Rings this week. That was pretty funny. Anyways, Junkbox, what do you think will be announced at Celebration this year? Star Wars.
Really?
Star Wars.
Ooh, books.
Videos, books, and I don't know. Probably Amy Radcliffe is going to call you all sexual predators. Probably from the crowd. She'll just pick out people in the crowd.
The Padawan Wars. You know.
Baymax says Kathleen Kennedy has been fired for the 800th time this month, with Don and Dave taking turns to punch her in the face until she begged for forgiveness for destroying Star Wars. Yeah, that sounds right.
Battle Droid Royale. That's what I think is going to get announced.
Welcome to what does he say? Welcome to today's daily Star Wars content or something like that. I don't know. Every day. SCAD sounds KG. How's it going, KG? SCAD sounds like a bad skid mark. Yeah, that's when your testicles are bleeding because they've been bit by the critters. Have you ever seen the movie Critters?
I think Kay's referring to like skid marks from like the back.
That's where KG is wrong though. Is when the critters bite your testicles and they bleed a little bit, they also too leave ball skid marks of blood in your BVDs. Do they still make DVDs? Remember those? BVDs?
Bell Biv DeVoe?
BVDs.
BVDs.
They needs to be a droid name now, you know?
BVD.
It's the nomenclature's it would be BVD, right?
BVD
how about that droid ass that we see in the Kenobi trailer that everybody keeps saying is a clone that's not? How about we just calling him BVD until we have his name?
BVD 2. It has to have a number, right?
Baymax says, "Do
No, it
any
doesn't.
of the Qui-Gon Anon fantasists believe Qui-Gon Anon fantasists believe this shit for real?"
Qui-Gon Anon. That's pretty good. I
Qui-Gon
like
Anon
Qui-Gon
is
Anon.
Qui-Gon Anon
That's
is very
clever.
good.
Everything else it's hard to read. But Qui-Gon
What's that
Anon.
bitch's name? The queen of the
Amidala?
No, that dumb bitch, that fucking senator. I hate her. What's her
Amy
name?
Radcliffe?
I don't know.
No. Well,
Marjorie
No.
Taylor. something.
her asshole. She
Queen of the Karens.
sucks ass. I've never said
Whatever.
that publicly.
You're
but
giving
she's
them
so
power
bad.
by uttering their name, Max.
Well, sir,
Don't
we're
do it.
doing the same thing with Mike Zero.
I feel
Yeah, yeah, but his power's so low. It's like it's just.
I think we're doing, or you know, maybe somebody here didn't know, and they might say and go, "What is this?"
What
You
is
know?
this? What is
There's
this?
either you can look at it two ways. There's either a new sucker born every minute or a new fan.
There is.
However you want to look at it, and that's the
Sometimes
thing.
both.
Well, no, here I mean to be like kind of serious about it, not really that serious, but
Sucker,
but-
motherfucker.
so I come out reporting on Star Wars stuff, right? And
Oh.
I'm very honest the whole time
Mm-hmm.
with my fucking reporting and stuff. And then I spoiled the fuck out of The Force Awakens and even some of Rebels, lots of Rebels actually. And then I think, you know what? I've done it. I've shown everybody. I know how to get information. I know how to deal with it. I know how to package it, give it back to you, and do my best. And I don't lie. And but then The Last Jedi comes out, and I'm like, oh, there's the porgs, there's this, there's that, and then people are like, you're a liar. But it was the new people.
Oh.
So then, but then on Last Jedi, I got a lot of shit right on. I got more shit right on Last Jedi by far, and I got like all the characters and everything, all that stuff. DJ, porgs,
You,
Rose, all
Jason.
that stuff.
Jason, you know,
Yeah,
on
Lucas?
the on the set when people lie, you know what we say?
What?
We say liar, liar, Anakin's on fire.
They actually said zeroed it for Last Jedi. It really did.
Golly.
But,
Who says I don't have a sense of humor? Who says I
But-
don't have a sense of humor? Huh?
but anyways, every single time that I go out and I do my thing, I'll come out right now and everyone's gonna see when Kenobi comes out that I was very very on almost all of the time at least.
Mhm.
And then a new fan is gonna come and is she, they, her, him, anyone, it's robots, everyone is gonna come and see. They're gonna come watch Kenobi, and then they're gonna become a fan, and then I'm gonna say this is happening in Star Wars Ahsoka, this is happening in there. They're gonna call me a fucking idiot liar and not believe anything that I say. But by the same measure, a new fan will come in, not knowing anything about the spoiler scene or whatever, sees Mike Zero and thinks, "Oh, this guy gets views. This must be real."
Yeah,
It
I
must
am
be
gonna say
legit.
that I did see I watched his videos like when The Force Awakens was coming out, because that's when I was like, searching for different types of Star Wars fan videos and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then when I started realizing that they were not true, I was confused. Like, why are you reporting this?
Wow.
And I stopped watching.
Yeah. Yeah. No. That's how most of us deal with the Mike Zero thing. But if he keeps you there for 3 or 4 months before you realize it, if you're in that kind of cult for a few months, that cult of viewership for a while, you don't know. And then I don't get it. I really just don't understand it. And if it is funny to you, how long is the joke funny? That's the other thing about it for me. So I have to think there's a revolving door of suckers. It's pretty funny. He says my quote was Ewan McGregor in Train Spotting. Right. I remember. And what's fucking hilarious about that is I saw that visual in my head when you said that from the film. So makes sense. I'm a little slow these days. So he's a Scottish soccer player. Okay, got it. Joel Williams said, "Nice reference." Yeah, it's a deep cut, and I should have known. I love that movie and read the book a bunch of times. I read the book like a bunch when I was in high school. So when Ewan was cast as Obi-Wan, I was like, this is amazing. This is the most amazing thing that ever happened. And I still feel that way. James says we should do a Colbert Report version of Mike Zero. I know. It would. Somebody should. Darth Del Rio. The naming has gone downhill since Dash Rendar. That name just screams Blockbuster. Yeah, Blockbuster Video. Vigilance says that feeds a family for a week in my country. Laugh out loud. But I will contribute in the future anyway. No, don't. I was only kidding, Vigilance. But yeah, anybody who can become a channel member is appreciated. Anybody who can, it's totally cool too. All are welcome. All are welcome in the cult. Talking Sis says breaking news.
Don't spend food money on the show.
Yeah,
man.
never spend food money on a show.
Don't.
But if you think me shooting lactating blue and green milk all over you is worth it, then by all means. The Talking Sis says breaking news: 2 people now like Avatar. Oh damn!
Yeah, me and James Cameron, we're gonna be best buds and watch that in the theater together in 3D. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can James Cameron and I go down to the Marianas Trench and watch it in 3D? I'd be up for that.
Are you?
No, I
really...
can't. I gotta tell you. So he shot that whole going down to the Marianas Trench in 3D, right? I have the documentary. It's fantastic. But I get that claustrophobia when he's in the fucking sub. I don't know how the fuck anyone. If you think that shit is easy, like I couldn't imagine. I couldn't. You're like several inches away from crushing death. It's freezing down there too. It's crazy.
I dated a Mariana. She had a trench. I call it a trench.
Nice. I know you're gonna go there. I saw that. I saw him working it. I can see you working.
Remember that episode?
Joke.
Curb.
Yes.
Everybody thinks he has a small one, but it's really Mariana's trench. A Melvin Chill video is a badge of honor. I agree there. I agree. I was gonna say I do think the Avatar sequels are the opportunity to make something good. I like the visuals of the first movie. Just after that, it just doesn't really get me. So I could see if the stories do pick up, really truly pick up, then it will have been worth it. Is what I will say.
How many movies are there?
Okay,
of Avatar.
4. There'll be
4 coming.
And they also have like an animated, right?
Huh?
Avatar.
No. You're thinking
that's a separate thing altogether.
You literally made the joke.
Built a whole...
She did the Moon Knight joke almost on accident.
Did the Moon Knight joke. Yeah.
I don't.
Here's the thing, though, Jason. People complain about it and go, "I've seen this movie before." Blah blah blah. If you're a fan of Willow, you can't shit on Avatar because, quite frankly, it's Lord of the Rings. It's just a Lord of the Rings knockoff with Star Wars motifs. Yeah,
with Mad Mardigan and fucking.
Huh? Yeah,
I don't see little blue.
Avatar as Jason as Stephen Lang. Yeah,
I don't see when I see Warwick Davis in there.
No, he plays the little dragons. James didn't tell anyone, but he plays the dragons in Avatar. It's true.
Come on, bring back up to Warwick. You can do it, Warwick.
He's gonna fall. You're gonna break your fucking. Don't break your photo. Just set it down flat until after the show. Don't break it, man.
Maybe I will break it. Maybe I'll break it and say, you know what, you're right.
Fuck Willow. Don't break it. You won that.
Your point was so on. I hate Willow now.
Fair enough. Look, at least you're consistent. I appreciate the consistency. It's the lack of consistency. Like I love the Book of Boba Fett because it just all the Star Wars fans who bitched about Dances with Wolves can never fucking complain again. They just can't. You're out the game, bro.
I mean, see, I don't really give a shit about like the Dances with Wolves comparison because who the fuck is really watching Dances with Wolves? I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Nobody's watching that. Yeah, nobody's watching that shit.
And he's laughing. He's laughing, and he just sends Kevin Costner clips of him laughing at Dances with Wolves.
But if they made Dances with Wolves to Tonka too, maybe I would care. Maybe I'd watch
Tatanka. That guy was bad shit crazy.
Anufa Maltava.
Aluminum Mataffa, a chapa chowa.
Yeah. Yeah, you got me. You got me. The prequel stories are the best.
Timeless. Listen,
Yeah.
Rob. Listen, Rob. Some people know every generation has a legend, and some people don't know that. So
Oh, most B movies do that.
Nolan Ryan says, yeah, you're gonna get Greasy strangled and you'll learn a lesson. Nolan Ryan says, I think Celebration will bring us the trailer for Andor, updates on Mando 3, Ahsoka, and Lando. It'd be nice if they announced something new, but who knows? So what I hope you are right. I do think that there will be updates on Mando 3. I think I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they have, Ahsoka there and we're getting ready to film. Can't tell you anything because we're getting ready to film.
And Gina Carano comes out.
We're gonna film. Gina Carano's back. She gave us all COVID, and we realized it was all a conspiracy.
Tina Corona.
Tina Corona.
Tina Corona.
Tina Corona.
I'm giving you COVID.
Tina Corona has been cast as Cara Dune.
Karen Dune.
Yes.
Her name's Karen Dune.
She's a Valley Girl version of.
No, she's a Karen.
Of,
Karen
Typhoid
Dune.
Mary, right?
Yeah.
Tina Corona.
So my big hope is that we would get the Mando 3 update, or the Mando 3 update would totally be something, and then they could just put it under the guise of a Mando Boba kind of discussion, and then maybe drop a couple of tidbits here and there. And then but Andor would be a place that you could show something like that. I do wonder though if they will ever show a trailer for something coming. Oh, and I'd also add Bad Batch to that in a huge way, probably too.
Yeah.
But I feel like they classically don't want to get ahead of themselves with their live action promotion. I don't think it should matter, but I do feel like that has generally been a thing.
Kind of like pump the brakes.
Well, no, and it's like if your next show is Kenobi, then you don't go and you don't leapfrog it by showing Andor's trailer when Kenobi's next. It ultimately gets confusing and it just leads to a bunch of problems, and you know what I mean? And so that's kind of how I see their ideas of stuff. So I could definitely see them showing it. I think they should show it, but would they show it when Kenobi is still airing? Or does the fact that Kenobi is now out in some way? So did I lock up a little bit? Sorry, I locked up a little bit. Or does Kenobi having come out mean it's okay to show a trailer now? But all hell Lambhead. Everyone got quiet.
I don't know. That's a lot of theory. I'm looking forward to Andor. That's
Yes.
the thing I want to see the most right now.
Do you think that
All
they
hell
would...
Lambhead. All hell Lambhead. All hell Lambhead.
I love lambs.
That is a pretty metal shirt, I gotta say.
That's cool.
I like lamb chop.
Can that be a black Cybaoth, whatever the fuck his name is, Black Sabbath shirt? Because I think that would be pretty fucking metal. If we put him behind there with his hands up, shooting the lasers out the side, and we're just Black Sabbath, new record, Lambhead, only at Tower Records.
So you're Lambhead? You're Lamb?
No, we are all Lambhead collectively. I just get the money. Like a good cult leader.
So do you think that Andor would be shown, but only for Star Wars Celebration?
Well, I could see
because y'all are so special. Y'all paid. This is our
Yeah.
present to you. And then
I could
on YouTube.
Well, yeah. That's the whole thing. Is will they pull that bullshit where we only showed this at Celebration, so everyone enjoy watching it, grainy from a cell phone, because it's going to leak. If they show it, it will be filmed. No matter what they try and do, it's always happened. It always will happen. So
is that one still up of Rogue One? Do you remember that one? The one that they showed at
yeah, we had
2015?
yeah, they
cool.
also had a Boba Fett one made, by the way, that they never showed.
Yeah.
It was just had Boba Fett in the and he was just gonna be there in the costume. And
you know what he was gonna say? He wants to respect.
Lamba head.
Wants to roll with respect.
Oh. Yeah, and then Lamba head
And lamb
comes
head.
out. And
Yeah.
it comes out, and then he like puts his arm around her, and he's like, "Do you respect me?" And she goes, "says I don't need to respect you. I love you." And then they were like, "What is this? What is this?
Then they French
Why?
kiss.
Why is this?" Yeah, and he's like, "Bah, bah, bah," and he's like fucking licking inside of the lamb's mouth. It's wild.
Ugh,
Yeah,
that's
it's wild.
weird.
But yeah, thank you,
Like a
David.
panda.
David
Hit the
says,
like
"Hit the like button,
button.
my dudettes." Thank you. Yes,
Like a
please do
lambda.
that. Like a lambda. Like a
lambda.
lambda.
Like a lambda.
Oh, that's good. As it true, how's it going, dude?
Always good for a pun. Always good.
As it true says, I have not been to the cinema since Tenet August 2020, and my next trip will be Avatar 2. I love the first one, can't wait. So we got 3 avatars. So there we go.
I know the word you want to use, Jason.
Yeah, I
know you
said
wanna
it.
use
I said it.
Avatar.
It just came out.
Yes.
Joel
right.
Williams said, "I am a Willow fan, and I can easily shit on Avatar."
Ooh.
And all you cats say how positive about the prequels I have to be, but man, it's open season on Avatar. Damn.
Oh, but you don't fuck with, on this show. You get shot talking about Willow. People have been killed talking shit on Willow.
But we all know the shot accuracy ratings in Star Wars, though. So
Like a stormtrooper.
Like a
Or like
vampire.
or
a
Han,
lambda.
for fuck I
Like a
know,
lambda.
man. Like,
The
lambda.
talking sis says, to be honest, I love Dances with Wolves. Also enjoyed Avatar. Every year, I dress up as a wolf and go into the wild, where me and my friends have a "don't ask, don't tell if the wives don't know, nobody does" kind of vacation.
I thought you were serious.
No, he just says that he loves Dances with Wolves and also enjoys Avatar, but it's not something I come back to. Yeah, that's kind of where I fall. I don't really have like a. I'm gonna want to hear my hot take. The Postman was better than Avatar. I mean, The Postman was better than Dances with Wolves. I'm gonna say it.
You eat a horse, man. I can't do it. Breaks my heart.
Oh yeah, they do eat that horse. Super GX360 says, "Did Lord of the Rings have badass patas gauntlet
patas.
swords? What about Val Kilmer high as balls on coke? That mountain wasn't made of snow." That's true. I will say I actually had a Willow dream that was just very, very abstract and did not make any sense.
Did you get slapped?
No, I wanted secrets from Willow, and you know those monkeys in a monkey in a barrel, those little monkeys, and you could like pull them out of the barrel and like you could like connect them together.
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's like a game.
Yeah.
And they're made of this like thin plastic. Well, I was in a world made out of the same kind of plastic of monkeys in a barrel, and I was on top of trees like in Fortnite, looking down, and the Willow stuff was down there, but it was just monkey, and all I could say is, "Wow!" Turns out the Willow movie looks like the red plastic monkey in a barrel. That was my dream. It made no sense. It was wild.
Wow.
The Willow sequel is Paisat.
I may be a serial killer in the making, Max.
That's interesting.
But
that's interesting.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
So you gotta save Max's. Gotta soundbite that.
That's
when
interesting.
when anyone's had something really clever, just that's interesting.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
right. Thanks.
I mean, it is a show about.
I like spaceships.
Yeah,
Me too. I do. I like spaceships too.
Sometimes I come onto the show and I feel like this too.
I told you. Oh God.
I love that. I got so tickled by that yesterday.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I
And
love it.
Fell off his head. God.
Uh-oh. I lost my comments. There we go. So yeah, listen to Baymax and like the video. You numb skulls. Luke says, "I would like to see Lambda." Oh, I would. I can't do a Herzog voice, but yeah, definitely a Herzog. Hey, how's it going, Jason? Jason Pemberfoot says, "Enters the Kramer. I'm late." Hey, everybody. Yeah, we need a Jason Pemberfoot, the other Jason laugh track when he comes in.
Hi, Jason.
Super GX360
Yeah, it
says,
was
yeah,
nice.
the Rogue One is still up. The internet remembers. Remember that Gilroy didn't give that movie its look and feel. P.S. Fuck you, Gilroy. Just kidding. Isn't a serious thing. Just making my shtick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Greg Fraser did that, and go watch Gareth Edwards' next film when he doesn't have Greg Fraser working on it. The best
I'm actually curious as to
cinematographer.
who did that. If that Rogue One thing, who actually did it? It may have just been John Knoll at an ILM doing that.
I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, I'm curious as to who did but the big egregious moment was Mando season 1 had like a 4-minute maybe reel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was 4 minutes. It might have been with talking and stuff. It was only at Celebration. The video was out everywhere. They wouldn't put it up on StarWars.com.
When was the last
I
celebration?
don't know why.
Florida? I mean, Chicago?
Chicago, yeah, probably 2019. Chicago.
Okay, and then
Then
and
COVID. Then
Okay.
COVID. Yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird. I'm like, I kind of like, I'm really relieved that I'm not going, because I mean, I don't go. It's kind of weird. Like when I'm in bands and stuff, I could go play in front of people just fine. Like going and playing and doing the show fine. But it's like, and I want to meet everybody, but like whenever I go to those things and people approach me, it really wears me out. And then it makes me like really weird. And I feel like if I go to eat, people like watching me.
Wear a
I've
t-shirt that
had
says
people
"Don't
watch
talk
me.
to me." Really?
No, but I don't want to be a dick, and I don't want it. And it's like when people have one interaction with you, like that defines you. Like
I know.
It's like the first impression kind of thing. And,
Well, I
so
know
it's-
these
oh,
things.
It's
too.
exhausting.
I'm
It's
looking
exhausting.
forward to the day when I have to encounter someone who only knows me through this show, and they think that this is, hey, they start doing the voices and shit. That's gonna happen.
What? Yeah. It's really weird. Like when people like I'm like with my kids, and then they come up and start like doing like shtick from the podcast or something. You're just like, oh, we're kind of like just joking in the moment. I don't just do that when I'm like buying a soda. Usually.
Yeah, if I did that just randomly with my wife, I'd be divorced. Like,
Yeah.
lasts about 3 days.
If I had
Although,
known
to be fair,
I was gonna get divorced, I would have just done it the
I
whole
get-
time. No.
Every now and then I do get on the Bob Lazar voice kick, and I'm not allowed downstairs for
You're
a
not
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
turns out I had a Bob Lazar dream recently. I talked about it recently. Yeah. I have weird dreams, man. Talking says, Jason, who told you about the dancing wolf trips? Also, you're invited. Bring Robin Vegemite. It's on. It's on. I'm gonna Tatanka this shit.
Those
out
words
of
have
you, dude.
never been uttered on planet Earth. Until now. You think about that, right? Billions of years, first time the combination of those words have ever been put together.
Although I will say, there's definitely some Australians that have put Vegemite up their ass. There has to be.
I'm sure.
Yeah, there has to
sure.
be. I mean,
No,
I
just on the
have to
edge.
imagine it burns.
On the edge.
Super GX360 says Rogue One teaser was shown behind closed doors. Yeah, I was there.
I was there
when
too.
you were there too. And it wasn't like behind closed doors. It was just a big auditorium full of people, and they're like, "Don't film it." Everybody's filming it.
And it was on a Sunday, I remember.
Yeah, it wasn't a well attended panel. Josh Trank was supposed to be the other half of it. So they're kind of like, we don't know what to do with ourselves. Kind of like it was just the whole thing was a clusterfuck.
God, that was my first time traveling alone.
Was it?
I fucking loved it. Yeah.
It-
I didn't
it's
have to
not-
wait for anybody, and
That's what I say.
I
Yeah,
took an
it's-
Uber by myself, and
Yeah,
I mean,
it's nice.
I've done that before, but it was nice to travel by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially like when you get to go into like a high social situation and then take yourself out of it. Like it's, you know what I mean? It's nice.
Did I
like
tell
that.
you what I did? Because I was
all that cocaine? Yeah, you talking about
Yeah.
that? The big piles of Dash Rendar. And what'd you call it?
yes, I was
Called
in
yourself
my
Dash Spendar. You
I
spend all
was
your
in my
money on
hotel
cocaine?
room. I wasn't familiar with the whole Disney thing, and I started hearing like pops, and I literally went to the
Got on the floor.
Yeah,
Like, it's a drive by.
yeah, and then I realized that they were fireworks.
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed.
Isn't that? I'm gonna get you, sucker. Like, I could have
Yeah,
sworn that's a
probably.
gag.
I
No, but I was serious about it. I didn't know where I was and what part of California I was in, or Anaheim.
I lived on Ball Road, which is right off of Disneyland. I actually lived on Ball Road.
You said
yeah,
Ball.
Road, and I was probably I'm gonna say maybe 5 or 6 lights from Disneyland when I was an undergrad in college, and at the apartment with the girl I lived with then, and you'd be to hear the fucking fireworks, dude. It was so annoying, but it was so bad that one time I went on vacation and I started to hear the fireworks in the distance, even though we were somewhere where they weren't. It was wild. I was just like, what's going on? I think I'm hearing the fireworks, but it was just in my head.
Oh my gosh.
But Celebration Deathmatch, Super GX 360 versus Tony Gilroy. It's on. Yeah. But I am with the old Super GX 360 in that I don't think Gilroy brought much to the aesthetic. I think that was all of that was the first director. It was more of the story tidying up and the script, and then the directing of the emotional moments of the characters. But Jack Ball TV says, Jack Ball. Anybody notice that Disney choose to move Kenobi to the same day Top Gun Maverick comes out? Any reason for this? I don't think so. I think it's all about celebration because it's not a theatrical release, so I don't think that they see there being any kind of sabotage, because you could literally go see Top Gun, come back and watch Kenobi on that day if you want to, and it will be out midnight the night before for fans as well when you really get down to it. So hardcore fans will stay up and then go see Top Gun if they want to that same day. Yeah, I don't know if I'll see Top Gun. I kind of want to, because the 7-year-old Jason always wanted to see Top Gun 2. But adult Jason doesn't know if he gives a shit or not, kind of a weird thing. like me and Bespin Bulletin were talking about it yesterday. They fucking redo the volleyball scene. It's why?
Oh, really?
Stupid. That's stupid.
I'm more interested in this than the original, though, because of the photography and Macquarie and just the fact that it really shot up and jets and shit. It when I saw that first trailer in an IMAX screen, has a different feel, man.
I don't like that shot of the bridge of the F-15 or whatever going through the bridge thing. That to me felt
in
like
IMAX?
it was.
Or on a little.
I watch it.
Jason,
in
everything
Max,
you said
this
about
Max.
Roller Square having to be some big roller coaster. That's it. That's the trench run roller coaster stuff, bro. That.
Yeah, but this is supposed to be Top Gun. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know, man. I might feel differently when I see it.
Okay. I'm from San Diego, and San Diego don't look like Top Gun, just so you know. It doesn't always have those cool acid wash sunsets and shit,
I don't even consider it. I don't even make the connection to San Diego when I watch the movie, to be honest. I know, but I don't even see. Yeah.
One day when AR is everywhere, I would like a Tony Scott filter just so I can see life through a really cool lens. But it doesn't actually.
Yeah, no,
I
mean, I get it's called Top Gun. I get Poe Dameron's supposed to be a Top Gun, but whenever you see shit Poe Dameron would do, but it's supposed to be an F-15. That's where I get a little bit I kind of want some grounding. So I'm not sure how far out the grounding goes.
I can't tell the difference between my life and a Rogue Squadron movie. What?
Poe Dameron doing his little British accent.
I don't know what I'm doing. Steak time.
Yeah.
Steak time.
Super GX 360 says we hadn't been to a movie since ROS. What's Rise of Skywalker, when we saw Spider-Man, and we were real wary about it, but we were 4 people in the theater. No, when we take the kid to see Sonic, we're not going to be that lucky. Yeah. When you go to the movies now, it's pretty much just generally I look at tickets all the time, just if I'm bored or stuff, to say if a theater is really empty, I will consider going if it's close to showtime and stuff like that. And those days are done here. I don't think. But when you look at the numbers of the rest of the world with COVID, I have a feeling, I don't know, we're either going to just pretend like it's not happening, or everyone's going to be like, "Ooh, what are we doing?" But I think celebration.
Oh, they're just going to pretend like it's not happening. The real estate lobbies run this country, so that's Chamber of Commerce says, "Hey, we're losing money on our valued real estate. We must all go back to work."
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Baymax says, "I'm gonna get you, sucker. The goldfish fuck me boots were out of control." Yeah, the goldfish that was so good. I missed that movie. I haven't seen it
Dad,
in years.
I'm gonna tell you
I wonder
right
if it
now.
holds up.
Huh?
Mhm.
When I was a kid, the first comedy, it was all about Airplane was funny, but it was like Police Academy was kind of like my thing, right? When I was a kid. But when I saw I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, that was it. Like there was nothing funnier until maybe Austin Powers, like or Dumb and Dumber or some shit like that. That I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker ruled my world for quite a number of years. Like
I believe it's sucker. I believe it's
Sucker.
sucker. Yeah.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Is it?
Yes,
Is it?
it is.
Is it sucker
Yeah,
or does it
it's with
is
an
it
A.
phonetically?
Sucker. Sucker.
it's with an A.
It is. Okay,
I
yeah,
watch
is.
it once a year.
It is,
Sucker,
yeah.
motherfucker.
Oh, and get is GIT, like jit. I'm gonna get you, sucker. Yeah. Great movie.
In Turkish, it's git.
Geet.
Every good hero needs a theme song.
That means get out of here. Go.
The Halo showrunners could learn that fucking lesson. Idiots.
Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah, there's no Halo. It's whatever, man. It's just a stupid decision. You know?
Okay. Okay.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's look. I that was their opportunity to show up Star Wars, and they have failed. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I remember Spielberg getting involved with it like a long time ago, and then just it not really coming out. So clearly, it was all over the place. Yeah, Dumb and Dumber is one of the all-time greats. I agree. Halo is so bad. I will say though, Baymax, also a very, very good movie that most people should check out. It's called The Greasy Strangler. And I'm going to say it's maybe a post-pandemic Dumb and Dumber is what I would call it. That's what I would define it as. Baymax, along with The Jerk. Yes. And Planes, Trains, and Automobile. Yeah. Also, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Most people might not know this, but Warwick Davis' favorite movie. He and I talked about it for like 20 minutes one time.
you know the original script for Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. John Candy was supposed to be like a vampire.
Oh, really?
Like seriously, yeah. Like that thing where he looks at him and sees him in like a devil outfit was like a sort of nod to that. But that's why like he couldn't get rid of him, and like it was just too weird. He didn't have the heart, you know. It was kind of like the original opening to Groundhog Day. Like there was a witch that cursed him.
You know,
Okay.
Like, yeah.
John Candy was in a movie that Madonna's film company produced. Can't remember the
Who's
name
Harry
of it.
Crumb?
No, it's
Uncle Buck.
No.
Summer Rental.
I almost said Nothing But Trouble.
Nothing but trouble. He's
It's
in
a
it.
nine.
He's
It's a
not
90s
starring,
movie.
but he's in it.
He's in it.
I forgot.
Wagons West.
No. What was this? It came out like in the early or the
Or Wagons East.
late 90s.
Late. He was dead by then.
No, he was. Hello, he was alive. I'll look it up. Sorry.
Cool Runnings.
No. I'll look it up.
You
Hold
do.
on.
I'm tapped. I'm like,
Canadian bacon.
Canadian bacon.
No
I was
one
going to say,
Oh well.
Did you ever see that one?
It's just
I
mean
didn't see it.
calling it that.
Huh?
You think? Like...
Do what? What did you say?
It's kind of a mean title, you know. Like...
Del Griffith, Faux Life. And the number of times I woke it up and said, those aren't pillows. All right. Well,
Those
we are
aren't
8 minutes over already. We've gone 2 hours and 8 minutes. So we will call it a show, and we'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If any big news happens or whatever, I'll of course jump back on and cover it. Thanks to everyone who's a channel member and all of that jazz. And yeah, appreciate it a lot.
2 hours from now, Hold on, 2 hours from now, Ewan McGregor shows back up. Sorry, folks, it's going to be released one extra day later.
Saturday.
One
And we
extra day
deleted
later.
the sixth episode. Bye.
It's
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go.
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go.
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go.
You know you should go.
Come on, let's go. It's not about spaceships.